You are stress eating because you know too much. You've read all the books, you know a lot about nutrition, you know a lot about diets, and it's stressing you out. Stress is an inside job, and reading all of those books, studying all those nutrition facts, learning more and more is just creating more conflict and confusion within you. It's giving you more food rules. It's giving you more do's and don'ts. And the more you do that, the more you come to food and eating feeling stressed and aggravated. And stress is what fuels stress eating. Hi, I'm Maria LiPuma, the creator of the Body Confidence Solution, where I help health-conscious women release excess weight naturally, enjoy food freedom, and step into their lives with more confidence and esteem. And today I'm talking about two important things that are necessary for you to stop creating so much stress within you so that you can eliminate stress eating. I get it. I was there for a long time. Reading books about diet, reading books about nutrition became my preoccupation. As a matter of fact, it was almost a way of me avoiding other areas of my life. Nevertheless, what that did was all of that information just created more conflict within me. Again, it gave me too many food rules. It made me come to the table worrying about, is this the most nutritious food to eat? It led me to stop trusting myself. So all the inner turmoil that all of those diet books and all of the nutrition facts that I knew were keeping me from eating with peace. And we know that when we eat in a stress response, that we're not getting good nourishment for the body, and it often drives us to eat more. Or if we are eating in a stress response, we're not getting, again, the satisfaction from the food, the physiological satisfaction and the emotional satisfaction from the food, and that will drive us to still be hungry. And so we turn to excess food and we start stress eating because we're not satisfied. Stress actually in itself produces hormones that make us feel hungry. We tend to crave fatty, sugary, high concentrated foods when we're stressed out. It also creates hormones that have been shown to slow down the metabolism, hold on to extra weight without even increasing our calories. The first thing that you must do is to stop reading. No more another diet, no more nutrition. You know enough about food. You know what's good. You know what's not so good. And maybe you know too much that you have food rules around foods that are very nourishing and healthy, but you learn somewhere that right now, the latest authorities are telling you it's not the best food for weight loss or the best food for nutrition. You need to let go of all of that so that you can start to trust your body. One of the most damaging things that the diet mentality does for women is it stops having us trust our body. We give our power away and we start looking for someone outside of ourselves to tell us what we need to eat, what we need to nourish ourselves. We need to, yes, education about good nourishment is important, but ultimately learning how that food feels in your body, learning how to trust yourself is something that needs to get cultivated in order to have a more peaceful relationship with your body and with food. So no more new information. I know it's tempting when the new diet comes down the pike. We all want to read about it. We want to learn about it. But all of those food rules just gives you more ammunition to beat yourself up when you're not able to adhere to them. And again, learning this stuff can be helpful, but ultimately you want to cultivate some trust with yourself and your body. So too much information will confuse you and give you more reason to beat yourself up. And negative self-talk, guess what? creates stress, because stress is an inside job. Now, we might have circumstances in our life that are stressing us out, but it's usually the way we perceive them, the thoughts we think about the circumstances in our life. So you might feel stressed because you're struggling with stress eating or food or weight, and that's creating even more stress. But what you think about it, as you badger yourself, as you beat yourself up, as you call yourself names, all of that is creating more inner turmoil, more inner conflict, and that actually ends up being more stress. It becomes a vicious cycle. You become stuck in a stress loop, because what happens is when you start to activate the stress response in your body, the fight, flight, freeze, it takes on a life of its own. And then what happens is you're consistently stressed. And some of us have been stressed for years and we don't even realize how stressed we are. But our thoughts create a lot of the stress, our perspective on life, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about the world, how we feel about food has a great impact on how we are feeling in regards to stress. And then once you're stressed, like I said before, it takes on a life of its own, because stress creates even more stress. When you are in a stress response, because your body thinks it's in danger, it goes into a fight, flight, freeze. Then what gets activated is the part of the brain that's looking for the worst possible scenario. And then we start to project worry and fear. And then what happens is what? We get even more stress, that we're worried that the worst thing's going to happen. And so it becomes a vicious cycle. So stop the diet books, stop the ruminating about the perfect food. You know enough. Yes, there's some things that I suggest that help to bring more ease and flow around food, like eating consistent meals, putting in good nourishing foods. But ultimately, you want to tune into your body and notice how those foods feel in your body. And of course, if you're eating in an environment of stress, the best food is not going to feel great in your body. So eliminating stress wherever you can, however you can, is essential to stop the stress eating, because of course stress fuels stress eating, and it doesn't allow you to be more at peace with food. So the second thing that I'm going to talk about and teach you how to apply is an amazing technique called emotional freedom techniques. It's also known as tapping. You may have heard of it. It's one of the things that I used in my life, and one of the things that I teach to my students and clients that has been central in helping to eliminate stress in the body, so that you can be at more ease, not only in regards to food and the way you're feeding yourself, but also in other areas of your life. Because you probably know very well the stress that you have at work or the stress that you have in your relationship actually will show up in stress eating, because we are being triggered in some way and we're trying to calm down the nervous system, because when we're in a stress response, again, it activates a need for high concentrated, fatty, sugary foods. In the moment, it helps us to feel better. But in the long run, we end up getting frustrated with ourselves. We are in a stress eating cycle, and oftentimes it takes us off of our path of aligning with our health and fitness goals, and creates excess weight and all of the negative things that stress eating have on the body. Not only the physical, but the emotional, the guilt, the shame, the frustration, all of that happens when we're caught in that cycle. Emotional freedom techniques is an amazing technique that has been demonstrated now in research to dramatically drop cortisol levels. And cortisol is the hormone, the stress hormone that gets activated when we are in a fight, flight, freeze response. It's also the same hormone that makes us want to eat extra food. It holds weight on us because it's telling us that we are in danger, And so the body wants to protect us by adding extra fat. And so the body doesn't know that we're not in dire straits when the stress response gets triggered. And so the body wants to take care of us by adding extra weight. It gets us ready to run, right? If the stress response gets activated, it gets us ready to run, which means that we're in the running mode. We're not in the thinking mode. It actually will help stop us from thinking clearly, because it constricts our blood vessels in our brain, and we're not thinking clearly, and we have difficulty then making healthy, good choices around our food intake and other areas of our life as well. So emotional freedom techniques, also known as tapping, is a simple meridian-based therapy, and I will put another video link below so that you can learn a little bit more about it. It's user-friendly, it's very effective, and as I said before, in research studies now, it has shown to dramatically reduce cortisol levels in subjects compared to talk therapy, compared to the control who did nothing. I'm going to encourage you to follow along with me, and I'm going to show you how to apply this simple technique. It can help you to eliminate stress in the moment. It can also, over time, help to activate the relaxation response in your body, because a lot of times many of us are consistently in stress. We don't even realize how stressed we are. I remember working with a client a few years ago, and after we worked for a little while, she realized she was grinding her teeth at night. She didn't realize how stressed she was. So some of us carry a lot of stress in our body. Maybe we have some unresolved issues or trauma that are ruminating in us, and that will also activate stress. So again, emotional freedom techniques is a wonderful way to address stress in the moment. And you can also go deeper with this if you do have deep-rooted stressors in your life. And that is best done one-on-one with a EFT trained practitioner. And I have a lot of experience doing that because I am an EFT trained practitioner. And as a matter of fact, I'm also a trainer of this amazing technique. And I see the miracles that occur daily with applying this technique. But for today's purpose, I'm going to show you how to apply it and how you can apply it daily, maybe 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, to start to shift the stress response that you're in into a relaxation response. When we're in a relaxation response, the parasympathetic response is activated and we are relaxed. So what happens is, if we are consistently in a stress response, our brain just gets activated to be like that, and it takes on a life of its own, as I shared before. So you want to stop the response and then practice this every day for the next 4 weeks. You can do it more than twice a day if you like, if you're feeling extremely stressed. If you're driving home from work, you can even do it on the way home from work, as long as you keep your eyes open, and help to de-stress yourself so that you don't come home from work and run to the pantry. I'm going to encourage you to follow along with me and learn how to apply EFT tapping if you're in a safe and appropriate place. If not, you can come back to this video and do it with me when you are in a place that's appropriate. So I like to start with my hands on my heart. And if you are familiar with EFT tapping and maybe even do it regularly, you'll notice that maybe some of the points I use might be a little different. You'll notice that I might apply it a little bit differently. I've been well trained in a varieties of techniques around emotional freedom techniques and tapping, and I've sort of put together a repertoire of tapping points that I find to be most effective. So just stay with me here. be curious. And when I refer to tapping points, what we're doing is we're stimulating various meridian points on the face and upper body. And what that has shown to do is it releases blockages in the flow of the meridians. So this is based on Chinese medicine, acupressure, acupuncture. And so some people call it acupressure without the needles, acupuncture without the needles. So what you do is when you're stimulating these various points on the body, you are releasing blockages of the flow of energy. If you think about our meridian system as little energy streams flowing through our whole body, when there's blockages in the flow, there's a stress response. So I'm going to show you how to apply it. Follow along with me. Bring your hands to your heart. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze if that feels good for you right now. And take a deep breath in. And on the exhalation, just relax your body. Relax your shoulders and your legs. Give yourself this moment to drop into your body, into yourself. And take another deep breath in, breathing in through the nostrils. And on the exhalation, release through the mouth. Let it go. And one more time, breathing in. And on the exhalation, release and let go. And then I'm going to guide you through the points. You can listen to my word cues or open your eyes to follow along. The first point is the top of the head. So be open to this. Maybe you're feeling a little awkward and uncomfortable. Embrace it, allow it, and just give yourself this opportunity to learn how to apply this amazing technique that can help you to de-stress yourself and your system and give you more power to make healthy choices with how you feed yourself and healthy choices in other areas of your life as well. So as you're tapping the top of the head, and it's a gentle stimulation, you don't have to hurt yourself. Tune into how that feels, the sensation of your fingertips touching your skin, and you want to take a breath in and out at each point. The next point is on the forehead, the third eye, it's called. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And notice again how that feels to take the breath in. Tune into the sensation of your fingertips touching your skin and the breath coming into your body. And then I'm taking off my glasses to show you the next point. The next point is the eyebrow point, just where the hair of the eyebrow begins. And you can do this with one hand, you can do it with the other hand, or you can do it with both hands if you have both hands available. It's all effective. So do what feels most comfortable for you. And again, you're tapping on the eyebrow point and you're taking a deep breath in and let it go. And then the next point is the side of the eye. Again, you can just do one side if you like, or both sides. Take a deep breath in and let it go. The next point is under the eye. Breathing in and letting go. The top of the lip. Again, breathing in and letting go. The crease of the chin. Take another deep breath in and let it go. And the collarbone. So where the bone sticks up, that little indentation underneath, you can do. Some people like to just hit their chest like this. One side or the other works. Take another breath in and let it go. And as you're doing this, I'm going to encourage you to wiggle your body, because the wiggling of the body, the movement, will also get the energy flowing. And as the energy flows, you're de-stressing your system. Take another breath in and let it go. The next point is a little funny for some people. It's actually underneath the arm. So again, you can do both sides, or some people like to go like this. Just gently underneath the arm. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And then you come back to the head point, breathing in and letting go. If any of these points are uncomfortable for you to reach, you can just skip them and move on to the next one. You might feel some sensation as you're tapping a point. Notice it. You don't want to hurt yourself. So if something is hurting you, refrain from that as well. And maybe as you continue to de-stress, it'll get easier for you. Then bring your hands back to your heart and take another breath in and let it go. So that was one round of something called energy EFT. And that in itself will start to calm you down. Maybe you notice yourself feeling calmer, or maybe you're more aware of the stress. Because sometimes when we're not in our bodies, we don't even realize how stressed we are. I'm going to show you in the next round how to apply this a little bit more specifically so that you can encourage your body to relax and let go. Take another breath in and let it go. Take note of how you're feeling in your body now. Maybe you're noticing some tension in your body. The awareness is great. The tapping did not put it there. The tapping makes us aware of how we're feeling. Tap the top of the head. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And I like to say, soften and flow, release and let go. And if you're in a place where you can say that out loud, it's helpful. As you verbalize this, it'll actually release more stress from your body. And then tap on the third eye. Take another breath in, let it go. Ease and flow, release and let go. And then on the eyebrow. And again, at each point, taking a nice breath in. On the exhalation, just letting go. Soften and flow, release and let go. The side of the eye, breathing in and letting go. Ease and flow, release and let go. Underneath the eye. Take a breath in and let it go. Top of the lip. Soften and flow, release and let go. So we're asking the body to relax and let go. Crease of the chin, ease and flow, release and let go. Breathing in and letting go. And the collarbone. Another breath in, let it go. I like to wiggle my body a little bit, get the energy flowing. Breathing in and letting go. Underneath the arm, soften and flow, release and let go. The top of the head, once again. A nice deep breath in, let it go. Bring your hands back to your heart. And one more breath in and let it go. And then you can wiggle your arms, shake your body a little bit. Drinking water with this process is great. It gets the energy flowing and it starts de-stressing yourself. So check in with yourself. Notice how you feel. You might have started to feel more than you felt in a while. Maybe again, you noticed some aches and pains and maybe even some anxiety in your body. Keep doing the ease and flow, release and let go. And that's going to start to calm down the brain, calm down the body, activate the parasympathetic response in your body, which is the relaxation response. Doing this for 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, 5 to 10 minutes before you go to sleep at night. As a matter of fact, it will actually help you to sleep better, which will be great on so many levels. And during the day, if you're feeling stressed or anxious, I encourage you to do it also. The ease and flow, release and let go, tells your body that it's safe to let go, tells your body to relax and let go. Now, there are more specific ways of applying EFT tapping, but for today's purposes, I'm just going to share that with you. If you're finding that it's triggering some emotions, some feelings, then you want to keep tapping the ease and flow and know that there's, again, deeper ways to apply this. And you certainly can reach out to me. I'd be happy to hop on a call with you to show you how you can apply this more specifically to some things that might be coming up for you, stress-related things that are coming up for you. However, for today's purposes, again, I want you to be applying this 2 times a day for the next 2 weeks. You're going to refrain from reading any more diet books, any more food rules. Stay away from it. Find yourself something pleasurable and enjoyable to read, something that will help you to feel good and not activate stress. Don't read horror stories, but something that, again, you want to de-stress yourself, and then applying this tapping regularly, day and night, and noticing how you're feeling as you apply it. I'd love for you to let me know what you think of this. I'd love for you to come back to this video and let me know after you've applied this, how it affected you. Also, if you are struggling with emotional eating, which is closely related to stress eating, I'm going to invite you to get my free ebook, 3 Essential Steps to Stop Emotional Eating. The link is below. It's 100% free, and I want you to have that so that it can support you in being stress-free, being able to refrain from stress eating and have more peace in your life in regards to food and other areas as well. If you like content like this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, certainly share it with anyone that you know that could use this information, and I'll put a link to the next video that you can watch as well. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you will take this advice. You deserve it. You are worthy of eliminating stress in your body so that you can enjoy more happiness, more freedom, and peace. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to the next time. Bye now.